Assalamu alaikum students, this is Hira Zahid, your math teacher, and in our today's video we will learn about subtraction. In this video we will discuss two kinds of subtraction. First one is subtraction without regrouping, and then we will discuss subtraction with regrouping. Now let's discuss what is subtraction without regrouping. But first of all, what is subtraction? Subtraction means taking away or finding the difference. Okay, so here you can easily understand that subtraction is taking away and finding the difference. For example, you have 8 apples and you are taking away 3 apples out of 8. How much you have left with? So you are left with only 5 apples. So when we are subtracting, we will follow the rules. We will start with the leftmost side and we will subtract ones out of ones, tens out of tens, and then hundreds out of hundreds. And in this pattern we will do the subtraction. In subtraction without regrouping, there will be no concept of borrow will involve. Now let's continue towards our first example, and that is a two-digit subtraction. Here we have 98 minus 44. We simply have to take away 4 from 8. First we will solve ones, then we will solve tens. In ones we have 8 minus 4. Now solve it. What is 8 minus 4 and the difference between 8 and 4? The difference is 4. Now we will move on towards the second digit, that is tens. 9 minus 4. So what you will get when you take away 4 out of 9? So you will get, yes, 5. So the answer is 54. Now we will move on towards our next example, that is of 3-digit subtraction. And here in this example we will again start with ones, then tens, then hundreds. We will follow this pattern to solve these questions. First we will take away and we will subtract 2 out of 7. So when we will subtract 2 out of 7, we will get? We will get 5. And then we will solve the tens. 4 minus 4. So what you will get when you take away 4 out of 4? You are taking away the whole thing. So what you are left with? Yes, that is 0. Now we will solve hundreds. 9 minus 7. So the answer is, yes, think about it. Pause the video and you can guess the answer. That is 2. So the answer you get when you subtract and when you find the difference between 947 and 742, the answer is 205. So now we have discussed the subtraction without regrouping. Now we will move on towards the concept of regrouping. So here, what is regrouping? So we will discuss about regrouping. Subtraction with regrouping, also called borrowing, is used when the top digit is smaller than the bottom digit in a column. There in a column, there comes a situation when the top digit is smaller, the digit you want to take away some number out of that, that number is smaller, and the bottom digit is bigger than the digit on the top. So in that case, the concept of regrouping in subtraction and borrowing will involve. Now let's see in the examples. Okay, here we have two-digit subtraction example, and let's see from which side we will start solving, from ones or tens. Yes, we'll start solving from ones, and when we'll try to solve ones, 2 minus 7. So here is 2 minus 7. How can I take away 7 out of 2? Can I do this? No. So what we will do? We will borrow 1 from 7, and when we borrow 110 out of 8 tens, then we are left with 7 only. Okay, so here it is 1 to 12, and here we are left with only 7 tens. So 1 to 12, 110 and 2 is 12. 12 minus 7. So now solve 12 minus 7, you will get 5. And when we see in the next column, column of tens, we can see that we have to take away 3 out of 7. 7 minus 3. So the answer is 4. So the answer of, when we find the difference between 82 and 37, the answer is 45. Now we will move on towards the 3-digit example of subtraction. Can we take away 8 out of 3? Is it possible? No. So what we will do, we will simply borrow 1 from 4, and the 4 will left with 3, and 1 3 is 13. 13 minus 8. So when we take away 8 out of 13, the answer is, yes, the answer is 5. And now can we take away 7 out of 3? Is it possible? Can we take away 7 out of 3? No. So what we will do? We will again borrow from 1 from the previous digit, and that is 600. So when we borrow 1 from previous digit, we are left with 5, and here we will it will become 1 3 13. Now we have to take away 7 out of 13. So what will be the answer? When we take away 7 out of 13, the answer is, think about this question and this situation. Yes, the answer is 6. So we are left with, when we take away 7 out of 13, we are left with 6, and here in the last column, that is of hundreds, 5 minus 2, the answer is 3. So 365 is the answer when we find the difference between 643 and 278. Now we have one more question, that is 901 minus 207. Now let's try to solve it together. 1 minus 7 is possible? Yes. No, it's not possible because 1 is smaller than 7. The top digit is smaller and the bottom digit is bigger. Now, can I borrow something from 0, from the previous digit? It's also not possible because we can't borrow anything from 0. So we will refer back to the previous number, that is 9. So now we will borrow 1 from 9, and in 1 we are left with 8, and when we borrow 1 from 9, it will become 10. 1 0 10. So now we'll again borrow 1 from this, and it will become 9. Okay, so now we have 1 1 11. Now we will solve this. 1 1 11 minus 7. So what will be the answer? 11 minus 7? Yes, answer is 4. And then we'll move on towards the second column, that is 9 minus 0. So the answer is 9. And again 8 minus 2, the answer is 6. So we are reached on the answer, and that is when we subtract 207 from 901, we'll get 694. And with this, we are done with our concept of subtraction. So thank you so much for watching. Take care.